Alright. Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just shot this whole thing, and it filled up my entire hard drive. So I got like halfway through it, and it just like died on me. So I'm gonna do it over, and here it is. For anybody that cares to know, I am shooting on my MacBook Pro with just the built-in iSight camera, and I'm using the same Rode mic, shotgun mic that I used before. So, okay, well, that's that, and I'm using the Snow Leopard with the new QuickTime 10, which is supposed to be pretty good, so we'll see how good it is. But that's something we're talking about today. We are talking about the new, well, actually they're not yet new, they're new to me, the AX Pros. I bought the AX720s, I'm sure everybody knows. I did a review and a comparison between those and the Astros, the A40s, and like the Tritton 720 is much better. So I ended up soon after doing that selling them on eBay. So maybe somebody was lucky enough to get those. They're still a good headset, but just not as nice, I guess, or good sounding as the 720s, in my opinion. But anyways, let's get down to it. You guys can kind of see I ended up taking back the 720s and keeping the Pros. I bought the 720s from Best Buy because that's the only place that sells them. And you have 30 days to return them, and I returned them in 29. So it was either today or never. So I had the Pros for maybe 3 days now. And yeah, let's do a little comparison. I think I've had them long enough to determine a few things. Let's get into it here. These are them. I know you guys have probably seen these things floating around YouTube and all over for a year now, so I'm not going to get into you know, every single little feature in that these have. I'm going to try to do more of a comparison between these and the 720s. But I will go over some of the features just in case. Maybe you guys like to hear it from me. I don't know. But anyways, let's get into the things I don't like about these things. There's not much, and the good outweighs the bad. Let's get that out of the way first. But the bad things about these are, first, the mic. This thing is not flexible at all. I mean, unless you're trying to break it, you're not going to bend that thing. It goes on the same way that 720s do. It's like a half a turn, put them in, half a turn, and they're locked in. As you can see, you can't bend it up or down without moving the whole headset, and it's not really close enough to your mouth to really pick up your voice, or at least not my voice. My voice, I don't know, I think it's kind of monotone and quiet, so maybe you won't have that problem, but I can tell you this, everybody I talked to on live when I was using this mic, they were all complaining that I sounded muffled and quiet. So I took the mic off without anybody knowing or saying anything, and I popped the 720 mic on these bad boys, which works great, and instantly they knew something was changed and for the better. You know, like I said before, this thing is way more flexible, and you can put it right in front of your mouth. So they instantly knew I did something, and it was for the better. So I would definitely recommend doing what I did, and that is I called Tritton and I told them that my 720, my AX720 mic stopped working and I needed a replacement mic. So they sent me one out for free. So yeah, that's really nice of them. I don't know if I just had a nice guy that day or what. But I would definitely recommend calling them. Their number's on their website and seeing if you can pull that off And once you do, you will be communicating much better. So yeah, it's one thing that I don't like was the mic, and I kind of fixed that problem. These do not have the quick release like the 720s do, which isn't a big deal because I never used it. When I got off the couch, a couple times I do the course of a night. I just take these off because really, what are you going to do with these big things on? You can't hear anything, and they're just huge. So you're not going to wear them like this and eat the mic. You're just going to take them off. So that's not a big deal. It's a cool feature, and I'm sure some may like it. But for me, I just take them off, so it's a minus, but just barely. What else? To turn these things off and on, everyone knows that there's two power supplies for these. One for the headset. I mean, there's only one cord coming off of the left side, so that's nice. But it branches off right before it gets to the Dolby box here. That one cord, which is right here, my pinky pointing, branches off. One goes into the box, and the other goes to the cord here. I'm trying to unplug it, but I'm not going to. So that branches off, and that gets plugged in. So it's not a big deal to have two adapters, AC adapters, but it is a problem having to unplug this to turn them off. Otherwise, they're lit. There's a little LCD or whatever light in here, and it stays lit the whole time. So there's no way of turning them off unless you unplug them. So that for me really sucks because it just seems unnatural to like unplug it the way you do. So yeah, that's another negative for sure. And the biggest negative about these things, or con or whatever, is the fact that when there's no sound on your screen, like say you're at the dashboard here and you're not flipping through the blades or anything like that, there's just the strangest like digital distortion that you've ever heard. I mean, you can kind of hear it in the 720s, but I mean, you really you have to listen for it. These, it's there, and it's like 20 times louder. I've got my Rode mic here, and I was hoping to put it to the mic, and it would pick it up, but it doesn't. I mean, it's loud enough to where I thought for sure it would be picking it up, but I'm sure if it does, you're not going to be able to hear it on your side anyway. So, but it's there. It is super annoying and super loud. You're going to get these. You're going to put them on like I did, and you're going to be at the dashboard like everyone, and you're going to think to yourself, what did I just buy? These have to be defective. I guess not. I did some research, and that's a known common problem with these things. It's just something you're going to have to live with. I can tell you this: once there's sound coming through, that distortion or digital, whatever it is, it completely goes away. So knowing that, if you can kind of get past that and just know that it's going to happen and you just live with it, once or if you can live with that, these are amazing. Obviously, I kept these, and I've had every single headset you can get for the 360. Turtle Beach, I've had the X1s, the X30s, the X41s. I've had a couple Tritton sets. I've had the A40s. So comparing these to all of those, these are just in a league of their own, really.